good warehousing practices. Today we are going to discuss about good warehousing practices which ensures the quality and identity of finished products during all aspects of distribution and storage process. Implementation of good warehousing practices is a responsibility of warehousing head along with assistant staff. In this presentation, we are going to talk about premises, security, temperature and humidity control, equipment, personnel, sanitation, receipt of incoming goods, warehousing of finished goods, and dispatch of finished goods, packing for transportation and transport. Premises. As per good warehousing practices, premises should be of suitable size and construction to facilitate cleaning, maintenance and orderly segregated storage. Storage areas must be designed to provide adequate illumination, that is lux level, ventilation, temperature, sanitation, humidity, space, equipment and security conditions. Each material should be stored separate from other materials to avoid the risk of cross-contamination. Incoming materials should be quarantined until approved by the responsible person. A segregated area must be provided for returned, recalled and rejected goods prior to a decision on further action. A secure segregated area must be provided for the storage of controlled drugs. Security. Storage areas should be provided with security to prevent theft or unauthorized entry. We need to maintain a control of who may enter the facilities. We have to establish a system for controlling access to the facility and its areas, including all entrances and exits. Temperature and humidity control. All materials must be stored at appropriate conditions as stated on the label of the material. The temperature of all storage areas should be regularly monitored. Controlled temperature storage areas should be equipped with recorders and devices which indicate when the specific temperature range has not been maintained. A written procedure must specify the action to be taken, to whom it is to be informed, and when this occurs. Control should be adequate to ensure that all parts of the storage area are kept within the specified temperature range. It should always be a backup system in case of main system fails. The humidity of all storage areas should be regularly monitored and recorded. If the product specification require a specific humidity, a written procedure must specify the action to be taken when the specified humidity range has not been maintained. Establish a normal operating baseline of humidity if no specific value is required. Studies like temperature mapping of the storage areas could be helpful in establishing this normal operating baseline of humidity. Records of temperature and humidity in all storage areas should be reviewed and retained by a designated responsible person. Equipment. There should be a planned preventive maintenance program in place to do a preventive maintenance of critical equipment in stores like RLF, AHU, etc. Recording and control equipment should be verified and calibrated in intervals by appropriate methods. Equipment like electronic balances, thermohygrometer, RLF, AHU, dynamic pass box should be verified or calibrated. Alarm set points should be checked on periodic intervals. A computerized system used for stock control or distribution should be validated. Personnel. The organization chart should be in place. There should be a sufficient number of staff. There should be a clearly defined job descriptions. Personnel should be trained in relation to good storage and distribution practice and to the duties assigned to them. The current records of training should be in place. The trainer should have established an approved qualification to give training. This is what a organization chart for stores looks like. At the top there could be head stores, then the next level is the manager store, which could be supported by deputy manager store, senior executive, executive and assistant for the stores. Sanitation. A written sanitation program should be in place indicating the frequency and method of cleaning the facility. A pest and rodent control program should be in place and regularly monitored. Smoking, eating, drinking should be permitted only in the segregated areas and not in those areas used for the storage and handling of final drug product. Material spill must be promptly cleaned up in accordance with the relevant health and safety requirement for the materials. MSDS could be used in order to follow the health and safety requirements. Adequate toilets and changing facilities should be provided and they should be segregated from the main storage and order assembly areas. Now, receipt of incoming goods. It should be carried out according to approved adequate SOP. In this SOP, visually examine delivery documents of the consignment like delivery challan, lorry receipt copy, excise invoice, certificate of analysis, etc. The documents should be essentially consist of following information, that is name of material, name of manufacturer, batch number, manufacturing date, expiry date, quantity, etc. Visually examine physical condition and verification of consignment for damage. Cross-verify container labels with documents. Batch-wise segregation to be ensured. Reject product if damaged or otherwise unfit for use. If any discrepancies is observed in documentation, material packing, vehicle condition, then warehouse officer should bring notice this to head warehouse and head QA. Warehousing and dispatch of finished goods. It should be carried out according to approved adequate SOP. Storage areas should be maintained or designed to ensure good storage practice. Finished product shippers should be kept on pallets batch-wise in defined high stacking to avoid fails down. Stores area should be suitably secured and of sufficient capacity to allow for the safe storage and handling. Storage area should be clean and dry and maintained within acceptable temperature limit. Record should be maintained of storage condition. Records of temperature monitoring data should be available for review. Prepare adequate shipping package to protect any damage of goods. Seal pack and provide relevant identification. Packing for transportation. Products should be packed in such a way that the identification of the product is not lost. The product does not contaminate and it is not contaminated by other products or materials. Adequate precautions are taken against breakage. Products requiring controlled temperature storage should be provided with insulated packs. There should be in place documented evidence that the insulated packs ensured adequate transport conditions with regard to product quantity, ambient temperature and maximum delivery time. Transport. Products should be transported in such a way that the safety, identity, strength, quality of the product is not lost. The product is not contaminated by other products or materials. Adequate precautions are taken against breakage. The product and its package are not subjected to unacceptable degrees of heat, cold, light, moisture or other adverse influences nor to attack by microorganisms or pests. Drug products requiring controlled temperature storage by appropriate specialized means or should be packed with adequate insulation. Transport. Documents should be provided to cover all shipments. This document should include as minimum name of the product, quantity of the product, special storage and handling instructions. As per good warehousing practices, following records should be in place. Receiving material. While receiving material, you should ensure delivery challan, invoice, checklist. Issuing material, that is batch records, BMR, BPR issuance copy, finished goods, receiving packing list, outgoing invoice, delivery challan, ARE copy with authorized signature, training, monitoring temperature and humidity, cleaning operation, records related to pest control, records related to calibration, preventive maintenance, records related to recall, records related to complaints, inventory related records like inward and stock registers, and a log of signature. You could go to the following references in order to get more information about good warehousing practices. In order to get training material or to invite for training of this subject, you could write to below address. Thank you and all the best.